Hello everybody, my name is CityZilla and we are playing Cities Skylines. Today we are in our island city, and anybody who is not familiar or hasn't seen the first episode, this was a part of our choosing our next series, kind of mini series I did with starting a new city, and I decided to continue it on. I think it's a really fun idea. So the underlying premise is there is only a road connection up to this road and this island, and then now the island we're going to be working on today do not actually have an outside road connection. The only way that people can get to these islands is right now by ferry, but we do have plans to do metro and probably passenger train as well. Right now we are transporting cargo train to this island from this island where our main industrial area is, our only freeway junction. But the idea is as we expand more, we'll probably even push the road back here, like maybe put the road right there and then push the road like back here somewhere, because I want to see how far we can push this. There's some really big islands in here. Like this island all the way at the end is really big. This one's pretty sizable. Honestly, the one we're working on today is pretty sizable. But then I think we're going to be doing some dredging too, and probably morphing some of these islands into bigger islands and stuff. And so what I want to do today is work on this island, and I really want to do something fun. I was trying to do something different, almost modern, and I was looking at a lot of harbors and kind of some futuristic looks, and I think we're going to do something that's fun today. And so let's go ahead and jump right in. First thing we're going to do is remove all the trees. We're going to come back and replant a bunch of them. And so it's easier just to go ahead and get rid of them all. And while we're at it, somebody had actually just left a comment and said that I could do it with rocks too. So we are going to go ahead and do that. Just get them all out of there. And so now what I would like to do is go into our level terrain tool, and we're going to choose a nice height here. So probably I want to be close to the water, but I don't want to be like right on the water. I think that's probably good right there. Yeah, that's pretty good. And so what I'm going to do is just literally level out this entire island. I know it's crazy, but we want to start with a clean slate. Okay, there we go. Wham bam. And so now what I want to do is something a little fun. We are going to jump into rural roads, and I want to design a harbor for this area. And I wanted to do something that was going to be sleek, but also functional. I want to be able to put in some high density residential in here, and then probably a couple piers since we have ferry access. So we'll do a couple ferry piers. And then I think we're going to do the aquatic center, or the aquarium, I believe. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want to have some curves in here, but I also want it to be unique. So we're going to come and go 6 over. So we will go out 4, come out 3, and then go up 2. And then what we're going to do is we are going to jump in here and delete these. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can get a nice curve out of this. So then we're going to come up here, and then it looks like we need to delete one more. I was thinking we did, but I didn't want to overdo it. So then we are going to come up here and then curve this in. This is going to give us a nice little shape to be able to do some islands in here, and then to kind of create a nice little space. So then we are going to jump into the network multi-tool, go to create curve mode, and we are just going to cap this off right here. So we're going to go like this and call it done. And honestly, I think that's a little further up than what I was initially intending. It's kind of funny. It almost looks like a Russian doll, but we're going to put some islands in there, and we're going to make it into a nice little cool space. And so let's go ahead and go like this. We're going to come up this way, and then we are going to delete this. We're going to come in here, and I want to be probably about like right there, but further down. So we'll come out like right here. Yeah, there we go. And then we will come up here. There we go. So I want like enough space for at least one row of zoning. So we'll go like right there, but then we want to do another one up here too. So we'll come out like right here. I want to do another row of zoning in the middle, and then we'll come out like right here. Yeah, nice. So we got 2 little islands going, and then I think we're going to do an island here for the aquarium area. I think it's just going to be really cool to get a nice little area going. So we're going to come up here, go to the edge, and then what I want to do is probably do a road across right there. Then we will have this connect up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I kind of wish this was a little more curved, but it's not the end of the world. We could extend this out to curve it better. Yeah, there we go. And so now we are going to jump into our level terrain tool. We're going to go in here. We're going to choose a height that's deep, but not too deep. I really want to get that like light water color in here. So then we are just going to basically fill in the middle space that we have deemed to be water. And this is just a really fun way to do like harbors and a bunch of different little fun areas and stuff. And there we go. And so now we can hit play and let it flood. We do have some areas where it's going to be a little trickier. You kind of have to go back through, but now what we're going to do is jump into our key walls, and we're going to use the stone key fence decorate, and we're going to jump into the parallel mode within the network multi-tool. We're going to go this way, and there we go. And then I think we are going to bring this into 10. Yeah, there you go. I think that's good. And then we will do the same thing here. And there we go. And so now what we need to do is go and clean up the spaces that did not connect. It's normally just the one. For some reason, that parallel mode doesn't go all the way around. All right, there we go. And so what we need to do is go through and delete all the roads, because having that road right next to the key wall is a huge issue. And then we will go back through and flip the ones that are not facing the right direction. And this is just a really easy way for you to be able to create a nice space. And so now we're going to jump in here and go to invert segment. And we are just going to basically flip around any of these key walls that are not facing the right direction. Especially whenever you draw with those roads, they tend to read wrong. And so it's pretty common to have them facing the wrong direction. And then last but not least, we are going to jump in here. We're going to select all of this. And we are going to choose a height. I honestly think this one right here is good. So we're going to Control H. We're going to hit that. And what it's going to do is bring everything to that height. So now everything is the proper level. So now I'm just going to go through and level all these real quick. And voila, there we go. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do the same parallel tool with the key wall around our outer harbor real quick. And there we go. And so now I'm just going to go through and level these out, make sure that our whole island is the proper level real fast. We should be, but a lot of times whenever you're building stuff out like this, it can kind of shift. And I just want to make sure that we're not in a weird spot. You can kind of see even with this distance, we got a little bit of a ripple happening in here, but it happens. Okay, and there is our harbor. And so now before we really start building this out, what I want to do is dive into our road layout. And so a couple considerations, we need to connect up a train. So I think we're going to do an industrial area over here so that we can get cargo in and out. But then I also want to try to follow a similar pattern to over here and our other islands. We had a really symmetrical, very pretty swooping kind of layout. And so I want to try to capture some of that. So we're going to come in here and we're going to go to a nice 4-lane road, probably with the trees. I think that's good. So we'll come down here and we will go ahead. Let's actually do some bridges first. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to go to the European 4-lane stone bridge, and I want to be in the middle. So we're going to come out like right here. Okay, there we go. For this side, I definitely made it a little bit further. I almost want to get these closer together. I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and widen our little island real quick. Yeah, because then that way we can at least get these the same distance. Yeah, there we go. And so now we will jump back into our 4-unit road. We will come up here, and I want to connect these up, and we're going to come up here. And the idea is for us to do, well, we got some flooding happening, this area as a downtown area. And so what I would like to do is have this curve around, but kind of follow the shape of this. So we're going to go probably about 2 out. And we actually could use the parallel tool for this. Actually, you know, it's so funny. People have been mentioning that a lot recently. So I think we are going to do it. We're going to come up here. I want to be on the right side. We're going to come up over here. Yeah, there we go. And that's the reason why I had left these bridges a little further out, because I want the road to be able to go underneath it. So let's see. 52 goes over on this side, but how's it look on this side? It's actually not bad. So it clears on that one. And it's a pretty good distance away. So we'll actually go right there. And then what we're going to do is jump into the Move It mod. And we are going to shift these. Yeah, we're going to go like that. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. And yeah, they're a little low. But I think what we can do is go ahead and raise all these up. Not by a lot, just enough to clear the bridge so that we don't have any trucks like running into it. I feel like that, you know, wouldn't be super safe. I feel like that would be dangerous. So if we go like right there, that's probably good. And it actually accentuates the bridges a little more too. Because what we can do is come in here and just kind of clean that up. Actually, it looks like this is a little bit higher than that other side. It's not bad. And we still have openings in here if we wanted to do ferries. I don't think we're actually going to have ferries go in there, but all right. And so now what I want to do is jump in here, and we need to provide some access. So with these islands, what we did was we made collectors or arterials that basically went from one side of the map to the other. So I think we're going to do the same thing here. So what I want to do is find one that's in the middle somewhere. We'll go like right there. And then I think what we'll do is have a road go all the way around. So I think if we grab this, have this go like right there, we'll have it. And then we're going to have this just go all the way around the island. And so now what I want to do is go ahead and make just a couple more collector connections. And I think we're going to go from like right here. And we're just going to come all the way out. We're going to try to follow that same. Yeah, it's probably about like right there. Yeah, there we go. And then what that's going to do is just help us to connect the island up. One of the things we do need to be mindful of is running out of money. My test builds, I kept running out of money in this. And so we definitely need to be careful. So I think what we're going to do is just focus on this section, and then we will start expanding out the island further once we make a little more. Once we make a little more money. The idea is for us to do a fishing pier, and so we should be able to start making some good money once we actually get that up and running. And so now what I want to do is go in and draw a secondary road. So I think we're going to jump into a 2-unit road first, and what we're going to do is basically just follow this all the way around. So I'm just going to basically mirror this outer road, and then we will do another 4-unit road, and then we'll probably do one more 2-unit road, and then that way we can start zoning stuff in and then making some money and all that, and not really have to worry about it as much. So I think I'm going to start off over here. I really want it to go underneath these bridges. So I think if we go, I want it to be level with that though too. So maybe if we go, yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. And so now what we're going to do is jump into a 4-unit road and then do the same thing over here. So we will probably go maybe one full square out this time. So maybe we'll come out like right here. I think that would be good. And I'm just going to follow it all the way around. I think that looks pretty good. And so now what we will do is start designing out a little bit of a layout here. So I want to do some crossovers, but I don't want them to be right next to each other. So I think we're actually going to change that. Go like right there, and then we'll come up right here, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to go out like right there, come out like right here. And the idea for this is we are going to break up the grid by completing these connections with pathways. This is just a really easy way to limit your traffic and then also save a little money on road maintenance and everything. And it's just a really easy way to promote walking. And so I'm going to go ahead and do water pipes real quick. All right, water pipes in. And so now what I want to do is jump in here, and we're going to do something fun with these two little islands. I really want to get some like high density, green cities, self-sufficient residential in here. And so we are going to go to a 1-unit road. And we're going to use this 2-lane plain street. We're going to jump out of this view. And what I want to do is get some nice 90-degree angles out of here. So we're probably going to turn off snapping. We'll go like right there, and then we will come up over here as well. And then what we're going to do with this middle one, I really want to do a pier in here. So we are going to jump into the transit menu, go to ships, and then go to this ferry pier. I'm going to go ahead and just place it down. And then what we're going to do is jump into the network multi-tool. We're going to unlock that segment, and then we're going to delete it. And we are going to jump into the move it mod, shift this out, and then actually turn it. And I have a really cool idea for this. I think it's going to end up looking really cool. So we are going to then lower that down, and then we're going to get a second pier in here. I don't want it to snap to anything though. So we're going to go like right there. We're going to do the same thing, unlock that road, delete the road, and then grab this and move it all the way over here. And then we're going to shift it up over here. And then we're going to try to line these up with each other and also with the key and with the center of this little island. So we're going to go probably about like right there, I'd say. And then we need to tuck this in. So we'll go like right there. Yeah, look at that. That looks pretty good. Then we will come up over here, and it does look like one of them needs to turn just a little bit. I think it's this one. This one's a little off. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. And so now we will actually go in here and delete this key wall. Sucks we're losing those little benches, but I think having the standard key wall in here is just going to look a little better with the pier. And we want to make sure that they do not snap to those other key walls, as these keys for some reason just aren't compatible. And so whenever you snap them, they always leave a space. So you got to be kind of mindful of them whenever you're switching key types. So we'll grab that. We'll go ahead and adjust the height. And I just want these to line up perfectly. So I'm going to shift that out just a little bit and then probably lower it down. Yeah, there you go. And then I'll probably do the same thing on this side real quick. Actually, it looks like this one's good. And so now it does look like, are we matched up? It looks like maybe we're a little off. Are they a little too far? Yeah, there we go. I think that's probably about as good as we're going to get it. So then we're going to jump into a pedestrian road, and I'm going to go to this zonable pedestrian boardwalk. I'm going to turn it on force ground piece. I'm going to come in here, and we are going to draw it in right there. We're going to have it come up here and connect. And then let's go ahead and line this up, probably about like right there. And we'll bring this out. And then what we're going to do is just lower this down until the tear disappears. Yeah, there we go. And look at that. Now we have a nice little walkway and cars can get out here. So both of these have access. And this looks really good. I actually really like it. It does provide a little bit of a shadow, but it's more of like a raised boardwalk, so I'm not too worried about it. I think it looks pretty good. I think we can lower the key wall just a little bit though and have this shadow right here kind of go away. Maybe not. Thought it was going to go away, but yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I think that looks pretty good. I think maybe actually we can raise these up just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I like it. So now we have a nice little fishing pier, and then we will go ahead and jump into the district tool, and I'm going to paint these both as self-sufficient. So we're going to come in here and designate them. Yeah, it's that one. So right there. And then let's go ahead and zone these in. But first, I want to remove zoning off the main road. I want the zoning to only be on these little alleyways. I think it's going to really capture a cool vibe in here. And so we're going to jump back in here, and I'm just going to complete this road real quick. And then let's hook up our ferry line so that we can get people over here right away. Jump in here, and because our train is going to come up here, we kind of have an issue with ferries going that way. It would have been nice to have them go this way. Our train line over here is high enough, but as it comes in over here, it just doesn't have enough space to be able to go back up without having a really steep incline, which I think just doesn't look very realistic. So then we're going to come in here, we'll go like that, and we'll probably just connect this up over here. And we'll have it go back. But then I think what we're also going to do is grab our other ferry line. And we're going to have it go up here as well. This ferry stop has access to all the other ferry stops on the island. But then there's also a quick little ferry stop that goes just from here to there. I think we may even do one that goes all the way over here to our industrial area too. But we'll kind of see as we plan out the city more. Maybe we'll end up moving the train somewhere else or something like that. I'm not really sure yet. But now we are able to get people over here, which is good. And so let's go ahead and paint this in. Go like that. And I don't really want zoning on this boardwalk. So I think what we'll actually do, let's go ahead and put in 2 more roads. Because I think getting zoning on that boardwalk is going to be not good for us. Kind of breaks up our grid a little bit, but it allows us to have that alleyway in there, which I think is going to be really important for us. And so now let's jump back into our zoning, zone those in, and then let's go ahead and do a path around this. So we will come up over here, connect all these up all the way around. Yeah, there we go. Nice, our first little island. We do need to do services, trash, pretty much everything. I think we're going to need to upgrade our electricity and our water as well, which I think we're going to put into our industrial area. And so let's just go ahead and place down some services real quick. Maybe we'll put some services right here. I think this would be a good spot. So maybe we'll go right there and we'll just do a little row of them. Yeah, nice. So now there is service access. We do need to do a school. I don't think we're going to be able to fit one on the island though. And so let's go ahead and unpause. I think we still have some flooding issues that may happen right here. I think we forgot to raise that up too. Nope, no, it's good. And so now people can get over here. We have basic service access. I'm pretty sure I did water right there. Ooh, we didn't do electricity. Man, all right, well, just temporarily. And voila, we got our buildings coming in. I'm really excited about this. I like this look. I like that we got the ferry stops in here. We just got the power lines temporarily. I'm going to get the power line mod. I just keep forgetting to install it, but I think this island's coming together really nicely. I like the look of it, especially once we get trees and everything in here. It's really going to come together. And so now let's go ahead and do some high density commercial on this side. So I feel like that's just going to look great if we can get that in here. So we're going to go like this, and then I think we're just going to do offices on this middle ring, because these act as kind of a buffer for your for the noise pollution. It's not super realistic. You would definitely have residential, office space, and commercial all kind of mixed together, but for some reason this game counts the noise pollution as being from commercials as being really bad, which I mean it is in real life. I could still see it being an issue, but I don't think it's as bad as this game makes it out to be. Though I've been in downtown areas before and I've stayed in them, and I know how loud they can be. So what I did was I removed the zoning on these little crossover streets. I really don't want zoning on those. I want zoning on the main road. And so now that should provide us with enough little room to be able to start expanding more, I'm hoping. We're making some decent money. I don't know if those are hooked up with power though. All right, so we got our little high rises coming in. This looks really cool. I think I'm going to go in here and just paint the rest of this concrete. Yeah, I think that would look really good in here. And then we'll probably do some decorations and stuff. Some planters, and then probably some benches, and just kind of clean it all up. This would be a really nice area. There is still some outdoor seating areas, but I want to be able to do some street stuff too, like maybe a little restaurant or something in here, something that would just clean it up. But I do want to finish our layout here, so I think we are going to do some more residential in here. Let's go ahead and fill that in. I want to pause so that we can remove this power line now. And then let's go ahead and do high-rise residential all in here. I'm actually going to remove the zoning off of these streets. All right, and there we go. I went ahead and put in residential zoning all the way around, and so now we need to figure out a good spot for a school. And I was kind of looking at over here, this wide space. I think this would be really good. So we are going to just do a quick little parking lot real quick. Okay, so I just did one of those street parking lots. I actually really like them, and I think they work well in dual school combos. So we'll do the elementary on one side, and then we are going to anarchy in the high school on the other. And what we're going to do is just kind of smush this in a little bit. You know what? It actually is pretty good right there. I think what we'll do is jump into the Bob mod, and we will remove those parking spaces. Yeah, there we go. That way we have a nice little clean look coming out here. I think that actually looks really good. And so I do want to do a parks in here. So we're going to jump into parks, and we're going to go to the small playground. I'm going to place one right there. And then let's go ahead and jump into some sports parks. And I've already removed all the trees from these and everything. So these would just be just the fields, which is great, especially for high schools. Though they normally still do have landscaping around these, so I think we'll end up jumping in and doing some trees. Yeah, there we go. And then I think we will come in here and just do one of those really big live oaks, even though this is definitely more of a tropical map. We'll actually jump over here and do one of these. Yeah, these look pretty good. Yeah, that looks great. Look at that. I actually really like that. And so we got parking, we got both schools now, and there is quick access to these little bridges. And so ideally our whole area should be good now, though that is kind of off to the side. We're probably going to end up having to do another one over here. But let's go ahead and start doing our industrial area now, because we're going to start having some trash issues. I'm actually going to pause it real quick. And so let's come over here, and I want to widen this out a little bit. I don't think we're going to get really crazy with it, just a little bit. I want to have a nice space for this. We're going to go like right there. Yeah, I think that's probably good. And then let's look at our train station now. So the cargo terminal. And I think we will. I'm tempted to put it right on that road, but I know how bad the traffic can be. So maybe we will jump in here, go to an industrial road. You know what? That's probably good right there. Let's go ahead and extend out our shore just a little bit more, not a lot. And then we are going to remove all this sand. Even though this sucks, it's a beautiful beach. We'll come back through and do some more beach areas. But we definitely need this area for this at the moment. And so let's go ahead and jump in here, and we are going to go to trains, actually the content creator packs, and then go to this high-speed rail viaduct. And there we go. And then I will jump into the slope tool and go like this. And perfect. That actually looks really good, but this is what I was talking about with the with the bridge. We could raise it up. Man, I know the grading, especially for cargo trains, this would be kind of tough. Like, they can't go quick over these. Whenever there's grades, they have to go really slow. And even at that height, I still don't know if that's tall enough for one of these. Let's actually see if we can grab this. I don't think I can. No, but look how tall it is. And then let's come over here and see. I mean, we're still pretty small. We'd have to go just a little bit higher. I guess we'll try it, because that actually might work right there. And so we do need to unpause. We are starting to have money issues now, and I really don't want to take out a loan. So we're going to go like that, and then let's go ahead and figure out a nice place. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, I went ahead and drew this out and then extended our coastline a little bit. And because this is going to be an industrial area, we really want to prioritize efficiency. So I think we're just going to do grids, but we're not going to do them super close together. We're going to do them just far enough. So maybe like right there, we'll come down and we'll probably copy that all the way across. I like having them at the diagonal too. It kind of provides a little interest, even though it's probably not the most realistic of approaches, and because you don't have the 90-degree intersections, it is actually a little less safe. Yeah, there we go. And then let's go ahead and do our trash area right here. So yeah, we'll do it right here, and then we can assume that maybe they actually transport the trash off the island. So we will go like this, and we'll go like that. Yeah, you know what? That actually looks really good. I like that we put this in the back. It kind of cleans it up a little bit. And so now we have a nice little recycle center and a trash facility, which is perfect. Because we extended this out a little bit, we have some flooding. It should go away in just a second. And so now what I want to do, oh man, since we did this too, we're going to have to wait for it to stop flooding real quick. So it looks like we are having some water issues too. So let's go ahead and put in some water pumping stations. I think we can actually do them on this side. I don't want them to be in a polluted area. I'd rather them be in an area that it's going to make more sense for us. It would be nice if we did them in the harbor, but I feel like the noise pollution is not going to be great. Maybe we'll actually put them up over here. So I think we're going to do a key wall all the way around this. We'll grab this and we will go to our standard key. We're going to come out here and then we will follow this down. And then I'm just going to level all this out now. I'm going to jump into the network multi-tool, go to the slope mode, and grab these, connect them up, and there we go. You know what? That actually looks really good. So then I'm going to do the same thing over here. Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to level this out real quick. And then my idea is I really want to kind of make this island self-sustaining. So we will do the water pumps right here. I think we'll do probably just one for right now because we're already starting to get some abandonment while we were over working on that industrial area. There wasn't enough water for this area. Oh man, so our new island just went abandoned, and that's all right. It will grow back. And so we have trash now. We need to do a water facility. I wonder if we could do a water pumping facility right here. The problem is because this water intake is right here, it's kind of a problem. Kind of would be better if we could put the water intake over on the other side. So we are going to put the water intake on this side. The reason is just because we want it a little bit further away from pollution. Yeah, there we go. And then so now what I'm thinking is we can do some water treatment facilities over here. I think we have the regular one, yes, but it's 15,000. I think we can take out a loan. So let's take out the big loan and we'll pay off that middle loan. And let's do a water treatment facility right here. We'll probably do 2 of them. I think that'll look good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And it's right on the quay wall too, kind of next to our train area. And let's go ahead and do a little road out here. And then I'm probably going to do some fences and everything and just kind of clean it up real quick. Nothing too crazy, but just make it look like a water treatment facility. Yeah, there we go. And it looks pretty good. I could go in with concrete as well. I don't know if this would all be concrete though, but let's go ahead and just see what it looks like. Because I like having the grass in there too. Yeah, maybe we'll go like that. And then I'm just going to use some trees to clean up the edge real quick. And voila, that looks pretty good. Simple little water treatment facility. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, I could probably do more, but I think it looks good for what it is. And I'm not familiar with what is actually in these places. Maybe a little office. I think I have a little trailer office. Yeah, there we go. It actually looks pretty good. And so now let's go ahead and look at what else we need. So we have trash, we have Transportation, we have water pumping, we have all the buildings coming back, which is great. Are these built back up? Yeah, they are. And then let's go ahead and do our fishing harbor now, because we really need to start making some money. We're not doing bad. We're making about 3,000, but we could definitely do with more. So what we're going to do with the fishing harbors is actually come in here. We're going to delete this road. We will come in here and do 2 of them. Let's delete that. And then we're going to come into the network multi-tool, unlock these. And I want to create a really big pier out of these. So I want to grab them and put them right next to each other. And the idea is that it's all just one fishing pier. You know, piers is something in this game that's not like super easy to do. And so we're going to grab those and we're going to copy them. Come in here. I think that's probably good for right now. We don't want to overdo it. I really wanted to create a nice space, but I think having too many fishing piers can actually kind of hurt you. So we'll come back in here. Let's go ahead and do industrial road. Yeah, there we go. Nice. And so let's connect this up now. And you know what? This actually looks really good. I think we may even... No, let's think about changing up the design of this, but I think this actually looks pretty good. I don't want to mess with something that's working. So we're going to come back in here. I'm going to upgrade that. And I think we are going to grab everything and go to 1 height. So we'll come up over here. And there you go. Just an easy way to straighten out all the roads. And I think all of our piers look good too. We can always come back in here and clean them up though. But then we will come in here and go to fishing again. And let's go ahead and do our fishing routes. We have a ton of them. And I think we have, so we have anchovy, a lot of shellfish. Looks like we deleted a little bit of salmon. So maybe we'll just do anchovy and tuna for right now, or shellfish. So we'll come out over here. Let's go ahead and turn on snapping just to make it a little easier to get those 90-degree angles. We'll go like this. And one of the things to keep in mind with these is there is like an optimal efficiency based off of how far you make the route. I've done it in the past where I've tried to like map it out. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head right now though. But if you want to figure it out, you just kind of draw it out and then you can come back and redraw these in based off of the efficiency. And whenever you choose one of the boats, it'll actually tell you like how efficient its route is. And so it does look like we can get a little bit of salmon there. That's great. Well, I mean, it looks like shellfish is what we're getting here, but it's not bad. This is still a huge fishing industry, so this is going to be nice. And let's go ahead and draw on water pipes real quick. Yeah, nice. So now we got all of our little fishing harbors working, and what I want to do is go in here and place the fish factory. So we'll probably come in here and just place it right there. I think that's probably good. Let's go ahead and move it in though so that we're not encroaching upon that road in the back. All right, so I think having it this direction is going to be a little bit better. We do end up losing a little bit of space this way, but I think what we gain is going to be worth a lot more than what we lose. And so now what I would like to do is jump into some warehouses and just kind of fill this space in. I really want to create like a cool space out of this industrial area. So we are going to use some of these bigger warehouses. We're going to put these like right there. And then I think I have some smaller ones too. Yeah, I do. So we'll put that like right there, and then we'll probably even go. So the idea is to do a couple of these united warehouses. They're actually really cool. They act like a unique building, so I turned them off, but I like that they're brick. It's almost like a historical warehouse, which I think is the look that it's supposed to go for, but I think they look really cool. What we're going to do as well is fill in this little backside too. So we'll go like that. We'll go like that. We'll probably leave this backside empty. So then we can go in here. We'll actually do just a little bit of parking. I think that would be good. Yeah, there we go. Just a nice little parking lot area for this warehouse complex. I think this actually looks really nice. I kind of want to clean these up though. I don't think that one on the edge looks pretty good. I think removing those would be better too. I like this one over here. I think it blends in well, but I felt like those were just out of place a little bit. And then I think what we'll do is we will just do some trees and then foliage and just kind of clean it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Hey, you know what? That actually looks really good. And then I think I'm just going to paint this little front section concrete. Yeah, we'll go like that. And you know what? I think that is a great little fish factory warehouse area. And then we'll do some... Let's see if we have any resources right here. So we did have forestry. We don't have any other resources though. Maybe if we do some fertile land, we're going to kind of cheat here, but just because it's going to allow us to do a little bit of farming in here, which I think is going to be really nice, especially for being an island. It'd be fair to assume that there would be some farming. And so we'll come in here now and we'll go like that. And then I think we may even do just some more crop fields up here, kind of leading into the city. I think that would be good. So then we'll come in here and kind of paint these in. Paint these in as well. And I think we're going to remove zoning off that front street. And then we will do the same thing here. And I don't want pollution to be right next, like agriculture right next to a dump. That doesn't sound great. Maybe we'll just use this as another warehouse district. I feel like that would probably be really bad to have, all that there. So we'll come in here and let's go ahead and just do some warehouses. We'll do 4, and then let's do some smaller ones off this backside. Yeah, there we go. And then I do want to go in and do a couple of these, because I really like the look of these. And then what we'll do is we will just go in here and literally turn them off. We do not want visitors to our warehouses. That doesn't seem good. That seems like that would probably be bad. And so now what we can do though is turn these to, I think it's commercial zoned goods. Yeah, we'll turn those to commercial zoned goods. So from what I remember, yeah, look at that. So the fish actually pump out commercial zone goods, which is great. And these are actually little fish stick factories, which is cool. I think these are too. Yeah, Frank's Fish Stick Factory. And then for these ones, what we're going to do is agricultural products. So farming products zoned industry. And that way, at least, the warehouses are being used for something. Farming, and then I think we did the zoning, right? Yeah, we probably just don't have a lot. Yeah, we don't have a huge demand for it, so... And then we'll probably end up doing something with this as well. I really want to do cargo harbor, but we don't have access to that right now. Yeah, we need to be at 8,000 population, which we're actually really close to. So but now what I want to do is start expanding this out even further. So now that that is hooked up, that's got electricity too, right? Ooh, I guess that area doesn't. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm pretty sure I did water down there. Yeah, I did. And so our little boat should be running now. Yes, they are. And we'll start producing commercial zone goods here soon, which is fantastic. And so let's go ahead and finish off our road layout. We will come up here and I want to follow a similar pattern to what we were doing. So we'll come out here. Yeah, there we go. And then let's go ahead and do a 4-unit road again. And then I'm just going to do the same thing, follow it all the way around, turn back on snapping. We want to be about like right there is probably good. And then turn off snapping, go to the freeform tool. And then literally all I'm doing is making sure that I'm about 1 unit away. And there we go. And then we will come down here and connect this up. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Looking pretty good. And so we will come down here and connect this up. Now that opens up some room for us to be able to do some more zoning. So let's go ahead and jump in here and do a couple of our little crossover streets. So we'll come up here and we will come up here. We'll do the same thing here. So we'll go like this and then we will come down here. These are a lot of intersections, but we're going to complete them with paths. So I'm not super concerned about it. I'm not worried. I'm going to go like that. We'll go like that. And then we will come down here and go like that. And then before we actually zone in, let's do those paths because we're already going to have to demolish a little bit. I wasn't really thinking about it. So I'm actually going to pause and then we will connect up these pathways. So anywhere that you have a 3-lane connection, I want to do a path. We really want to try to promote walking as much as possible. And this is really going to go a long ways in achieving that goal. So we'll go like that and we'll go like this. I'm not going to be super worried about them being perfectly straight because they're going to kind of disappear a little bit once we start zoning everything in. So then we'll come up over here and we'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to complete this all the way down. And there we go. So now we have path access going all the way down. And you see how I ended up basically completing these roads, but we're basically just cutting off the road traffic from being able to continue on, which really goes a long ways in promoting people to walk and all that stuff. And so let's go ahead and start placing down some parks. So we'll do a park right there, and let's go ahead and copy that on this side. So we'll do a park right there, and then let's go ahead and do a smaller park up here. Well, maybe we'll do 2. I think that'll be good. Yeah, we'll do a park right there and a park right there. And then let's go ahead and do some dog parks in here too. So we'll do a dog park right here. Let's go ahead and do the same thing on this side. I think it was on the outside though. Yeah, it was. So we'll go right there, and then we can go through here and kind of splatter around some of these saunas and everything. Okay, so I think that looks really good. We got parks. I added in a couple of these saunas just because they really help to boost land value. It looks like we may even have done 2 by accident. But then I also did some death care as well. While I was placing down the saunas, I realized we didn't have any crematoriums or anything, and so I placed these 2. And then I think we're going to do a church in the middle as well. I didn't download anything from the Steam Workshop, but I think I will on the next episode. But I think this looks really good. Now I want to come in here and complete this island. So we're going to come across, we're going to try to copy it to the same on this other side. So I want to try to follow this. And the reason for that is it just creates a little bit of uniformity. It helps you to capture a nice little symmetry in your city. So we'll come up here, we'll go like that. We'll probably come down like right here. And then I think for the middle one, what we'll do is go in the middle. So we'll come like right, what is that, 3? So it looks like our middle's a little off, but it's not the end of the world. So we'll go like right here. All right, and so I think that looks pretty good. And so now what I would like to do is add in some little harbors. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to go in. It says that our power is disconnected. Let's see if we have any. Ooh, what's going on over here? You know what? We probably need to do another power station. Let's go ahead and add in a power station over here. Would have really liked to get this one, but it's super expensive. You know, we're going to add in a coal one for right now, and then we will always come back. I think we're going to go ahead and add it right there. Let's see how it looks, though. You know what? It actually doesn't look terrible, but I just want to shift this up a little bit. I would rather that fence not be on the street. But we're going to eventually do a big power plant right here once we get a little more money going. I was really hoping that these fisheries were going to make more money, but I guess they don't make a ton of money. So let's jump in a budget. We'll go over here. So 320. I mean, it's not a lot. I think you do unlock the higher, was it 800 units of fish farmed? So it's a fish caught. So I guess once these run for a little while, then they start to upgrade more. But let's see if we're even at one. Yeah, so that's at 100%. That's at 100%. This one's on his way back. Yeah, he's at 100%. So I mean, that's pretty much at capacity. Does look like we're starting to pollute our poor water over here. Once we get the ability to upgrade these, we are definitely going to do that, because that looks terrible. Man, I just can't even believe how bad that looks. But what I want to do is jump over here, and I'm going to delete our whole key wall, and we are going to redraw it in. And the reason for that is because I want to get rid of the fence. In order to have a little dock on here, we need it to be accessible, obviously. But we will come over here, and we're just going to go to Stone Key Decorated. And we are going to go like this. We're going to basically follow this all the way around. And that should be good. Just going to clean it up real fast. You know what? It actually looks pretty good. I'm just going to try my best to select all of these and then bring them up to this height. And I'm going to do my best over here as well, if I can say that right. So we'll go like that. Yeah, you know what? Looks pretty good. But now what that does is it gives us the ability for people to actually get into the water, which is fantastic. So then what I'm going to do is just go ahead and place these docks all the way around. I think we're only going to do it on this island, but these would be like your private docks for people who basically own their own boats. And so I will be right back with you. Okay, so I got docks in, and there really wasn't a whole lot of selection for boats, so I ended up just doing the same boat basically all the way down. There's different colors for the underside, but then I got these nice floating docks on the Steam Workshop. I'll go ahead and add them to my Steam collection, but they're actually really cool. They go up and down with the water. They're this dock one floating up, but then I did have to use procedural objects for this bent section right here, and you can even still kind of see it's a little off. But then it's actually really easy. I normally don't show any of these on my videos though, because PO is kind of complicated, and so I know it can be kind of boring to watch. But now what I'm going to do is just jump in and do a pathway all the way around. And then I think we're going to pretty much copy it as the other side. We're just going to do high density, self-sufficient housing all the way around, as it's just going to really provide a cool look for this area. Very clean and fits in well with the area. And there we go. And so I am going to remove zoning off of this main road. I only want zoning on the alleyways, and it does provide a little bit of an issue because I tucked them back for our surrounding area. You can kind of see where it protrudes out from the quay wall a little bit, just because whenever you get a road segment really close to a quay wall, the ground underneath still comes through a little bit. But I think that looks good right there, so we are going to go ahead and fill this in, and these are going to be a little bit smaller than this side, but I'm not too worried about it. I think it is going to look good, and man, we still got a ton of space that we can fill in. I think maybe we'll continue our trend over here, because I really want to get some high rises next to these bridges. You get a really cool look whenever you can capture that, so I think we will continue doing our high density commercial right there. Maybe we'll switch this to residential. So we'll go like this. And you know what? Let's go ahead and add in a path back here. I really feel like this is going to help to capture a good look in here. And that's really what I'm trying to go for. And then let's go ahead and put in some crosswalks too. So we'll go like this. And then let's go ahead and copy that on this side. Yeah, there we go. And so now we have some nice access over here. I do want to clean that up real quick. And then let's go ahead and zone this in. So high density commercial, then we'll do office space on this front side. And then the reason I'm doing high density residential on that back side is because they're going to be smaller buildings, which really help to capture a different kind of look. And then I think we'll do a bit of low density commercial on this front side. Those will be like your little gas stations and stuff. Still necessary, but kind of helps to capture a little bit of a height difference. And so let's go ahead and unpause and see what comes in. We do have a pretty high demand for residential. That's why our industrial over here is really not going anywhere, even though it is all agricultural. We just don't have a demand for it right now. While I was building that out though, we did hit the next unlock, Capital City 8000. So now we have access to those eco water treatment plants, which we're definitely going to switch it out, but also the cargo harbor and the regular harbor. And so I'm super excited about that. I think on the next episode, we will build out a cool area, but I do want to go ahead and delete these polluting monstrosities. And we'll just imagine that the water company had purchased these beforehand, and that maybe the company who makes them did an agreement where they said, the eco ones were on back order. And so they had to wait, but now we have them, and so our lovely bay shouldn't be this brown, black mess any longer. And so I'm surprised these haven't started growing in yet. Let's see. We shouldn't have any problems. I did put in concrete around the outside, and then I think for this section, I want to do something cool, but I kind of got ahead of myself and didn't really plan out a way to get a road over here. I got excited with that little road layout on the backside, and I just completely forgot about it. So I think if we come out like right here, and then let's try to get a bridge over. That's actually not terrible right there. So maybe we'll follow that on this side, go 2 up, go straight across, and then cut over. And then I want to see if we can upgrade that to one of the newer roads. Is there a 2-lane road in here? 6-lane, 4-lane. Oh, European 2-lane, look at that. 3-lane highway. American 2-lane. Now I'd want to see if this will fit. Okay, so I decided to, after much finagling, to just stick with this. I went straight. We do have an issue where people are walking through here, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to keep this bridge while also eliminating that. So I think we will just go high enough to where we can't see the people walking through it, and we'll just pretend like that's not actually happening. Because that, I'm pretty sure the city planners would think of something like that. Okay, there we go. Looks pretty good. And so now what I want to do is come in here, and we are going to do, I want to do the aquarium, but I don't know if we're going to have enough money for, oh yeah, look, there you go. Perfect. And so let's try to get this lined up. That's probably good right there. Yeah, nice. Look at that. And so this would be like your whole aquatic center, an area where people could come and basically, I love aquariums. I think they're so cool, especially when they're on the water like this. They tend to be really good. So now I do want to do some parking. It does look like we're going to have a little bit of a space issue here, but I think if we just go like this might actually work. It's not going to be a ton of parking, but it'll be better than nothing. So we'll go like that, and then I think we will grab this and bring it all the way out. I'm going to go ahead and turn off snapping. You can kind of see this side's a little bit closer, but it's not the end of the world. I'm just going to go ahead and fill in these spaces now. Yeah, there we go. Just a bit of parking. Nothing too crazy, but just enough. And I think it would be awesome if we could fit a little park back here. I wonder if we could even fit one of these parks. Is that the Friendly Neighborhood Park, or did we do Fountain of Life and Death? I honestly didn't intend to do that park, but it looks good. So we are going to keep it, and then we are going to come in here and just kind of fill these in. Okay, so I put little bushes all the way around, and then I did these little bridges, and I had to kind of delete some of the boats as the pillars were kind of going through the spaces. I think this one they'd still be okay, but maybe we'll delete, or maybe we'll put it on this side. We'll say, you know, the pillar came right through. We'll probably just delete that. Having this access here would be really nice, and so I think this is a nice touch, and I really like the bridges too. We'll get people walking across these like there's somebody riding their bike, and that's just great. You know, this is really how you can capture a nice little look in here. And so go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed this. I think this is a really good build out. On the next episode, we will expand more. We'll start placing down some more parks, and then we will expand our industrial area as well as our fishing. And then if you guys have any ideas for this, go ahead and let me know, like anything off the Steam Workshop or anything like that. Just let me know. If you guys are interested in the first episode of this series, go ahead and click the video on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have new videos coming out 3 times a week. And I will catch you on the next episode.